just one more thing.
Oh, we're live.
We're live.
But you can ask.
Good morning, everyone. It's the 5th of December, 2025. We're in the last stretch of the year. Please let us know where you're watching from. I am in Central Florida. Daniel, where are you?
I'm in the paradise city of it can't get any nicer with the weather. In New York, it's 23 degrees. Please send coats and sweaters.
But you look so
Are you
warm
in the
with your
city?
t-shirt.
Yes, I'm very warm-blooded. I'm kind of like Dr. Kiltz. I am just hyper. If you haven't noticed yet, I really don't need coffee, this poisonous, venomous liquid. But other than that, it's good. Oh, Dr. Kiltz is here. Yeah. What's up?
I was like chatting with Brother Ray, and then suddenly it's like, oh my God, it's 6:01. Hey, my friends. My Jets brother.
Going on.
Hashtag KMT. Hashtag KMT for a chance for what, Alia?
To win the Kiltz Health Coaching course in February.
Okay.
I'm right down at the Pierre Hotel, right by the great park here. Love it. All is good.
What city
what are
are
we
you
talking
in?
about, my good friend Dan?
What city are you in, Dr. Kiltz?
New York City.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Where? I know you just said
At the Pierre Taj Hotel.
Are you
Now
gonna
he's
be
going to get a
here?
bunch of people coming over to visit
I'm
you.
here today, tomorrow for a foundation reproductive medicine expo with my good friend Dr. Gleischer and others, and then Sunday night I fly to London for the London Meetup.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited about that.
Nice.
Are you in Brooklyn? I can't remember, Dan.
So I was born in Brooklyn, raised in Queens in Argentina, and now I'm in Long Island. But I work in the city. So if anything, I mean, I got your number. So if anything, we could link
Give
up.
me a text. I'll come if you're. Yeah. I'm at the Metropolitan Club.
Okay.
Which is right by the park, by the Sherry Netherland Hotel, and it's a great little spot by the Apple store, big one down here. And
we go to a steakhouse. My treat, dude. My treat.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I'm at a meeting, but come by.
Okay.
And we'll have some hot water or tea.
I'm in.
There's a great Brazilian steakhouse on 49th between 8th and 9th. There you go.
Fogo de Chao, right? That's the one?
I don't think it's Fogo, but it's one. It's great. I don't think it's
So
Fogo.
Brooklyn, Long Island, and I see a lot of Jets stuff. How about baseball? Yankees or Mets?
So I'm very impartial, but if I had to choose one, I would go with the Brooklyn Dodgers. No, I would go with the Mets. I'm a Mets fan. Like, I love misery.
Love the Mets.
I love losing.
I am a big Mets fan. So
I love it.
I'll suffer the Jets though, because I'm a Patriots fan. But
I have nothing in common with you. Look,
well, I'm a big Mets fan. My oldest son was born in Long Island.
I love it. Well, look, the Jets have been rebuilding since we landed on the moon. You guys, the Patriots, have been rebuilding for a year and a half. That's why I continue to be jealous of you guys. I don't know what kind of concrete you guys use to build, but we use sand and glue.
I lived in Glen Cove for 3.5 years.
I love it.
I used to hang out in Glen Cove. My cousins were there. We went to Glen Cove Yacht Club. My uncle.
That's where I did my residency, Dr. Kiltz.
Ah,
nice.
Yeah, I was there back in the 70s.
Mm.
Only a couple years ago.
I wasn't born by then, but
I know that.
Anyways,
a meetup in New York.
Yes, we do have to have one down in the greater metropolitan area.
I'm in. I'm so in.
All right,
it's
so-
just New York. Don't want to do that.
Please put your questions in the chat. And Dan, go ahead and tell us about you, who you are, why are we here listening to you today?
Absolutely.
And you, okay.
So my name is Dan. I co-host the Jets Afterburners podcast, and I was very sick. Not because I'm a Jet fan, but because health reasons. I was severely overweight, dealt with depression, anxiety, and these issues I had no idea that I even had. That's the wild part. I did a lot of diets back in the day, just always trying to be in shape. The keto diet was big for me. I saw what the ramifications of sugar could do. But I ballooned to 248, almost 250. I couldn't breathe going up and down the stairs. I had just the level of being so lethargic. And what hurt me the most was not being there for my wife, my queen, not being there for my two daughters that look up to their dad as a standard. And I'm showcasing to them that's not how a father's supposed to act. Coming home and they're just plopping on the couch and sleeping. Oh, I'm tired. And you inherit this adage of the older you get, the more tired you are. Things start breaking down, and you start saying to yourself, and you start believing these lies over and over. Anyway, through the grace of God, one of my brothers, he went on something called the carnivore diet, which I think Dr. Kiltz is sort of familiar with. And
he talks about it a little bit.
And I started talking to him, and it just wasn't jiving. And I'm like, all right, this is like really crazy. But then last year, something happened to me. It was a health scare. Obviously, we have to reach these Rubicons in life, right? So, not to get too graphic or anything, but I was having, blood in my stool. And this is weird. I'd never had this happen. So I went to the GI doctor and waited there 4 hours. And then I got called in, sat down, and he said to me, all right, we got to do a colonoscopy and an endoscopy. I'm like, all right, hold on, doc, you're not going to check me out. I waited no, there's nothing to check out. We have to just go this route. You have to take these probiotics that you have to buy on Amazon. They're like $180. I ate it up. Right. But I'm thinking in the back of my head, why not check me out? Like maybe there's something topical there, something. Anyway, almost 250. I leave. I have to go get blood drawn in another office. It's raining. It's nasty. And the severity of where I was still didn't sink in, because when I went to the blood drawing center, they were closed. And instead of going into my car and going back home, I went to a pizzeria. I went to a spot, never been, ordered 2 slices of pizza, 1 grape soda, because, we all need fruit in our lives. And I went outside and I started eating, just eating. And it's raining, eating right under like a little canopy. And still didn't hit. Finished it. Went back into the pizzeria, had a spinach roll, went back into the car, walked across the parking lot, rainy, nasty. And I'm driving home. And there was an epiphany. When is enough enough? You're addicted. There's something going on here. Why don't you try the carnivore diet? You love meat. Your family, they resided in Argentina with grass grazing cows. Like, why not? So I started. And for the life of me, every night at 3 a.m. since I was 5 years old, I would always wake up. The first night I slept through. My wife is like, wow. 1 week, symptoms started kind of evading away. And then all of a sudden, a month into it, my inflammation started going down. I had left knee surgery early last year, and Then 3 weeks later, I was just like, wow, I have all this abundant energy. The day of the colonoscopy came. And again, this isn't, medical advice or anything like this. Everyone has to choose their own route. This is just me personally. I did the bowel prep, everything. Then the morning of, I looked at my wife and I said, there's no reason for this. There's no more blood. That's it. I'm good. My wife is like, look, there's no more blood. Oh, I hear an echo.
I do hear an echo. Is that
I think we're good now.
okay? Good.
So one thing led to another. I said to my wife, hey, look, I don't think I should go ahead with this. My wife said, you know what? If this is what you feel, okay, cool. So I called the hospital and they said, listen, don't worry. This is your discretion. If you don't feel it, no worries. Just call the office. All right, cool. So I called the office. Office was, I'm sorry for my language, pissed. They said, what? You know that we have people depending on you right now? I said, whoa, what? So right there, these are the little nuances that fasting does for a human person. They give you that sixth sense of thinking and seeing life clearly, make decision making a little bit better. And from there, I started losing weight. And, my goal was to get to 180 pounds. Right now, I went from close to 250. And today I was at 182. And I'm close to it. But I've noticed that it's not just about the weight. It's a nice barometer to have. It's nice, but it's not about that. It's about the internal healing that will take so much time. It's not just a 1-year process. To me, it took 35, 38 years of this nasty indoctrination that we have on earth here of you got to eat 3 times a day. You got to eat 4 times a day. You're not giving your gut enough time to cleanse itself. And then there's a lot of inflammation going on. There's a lot of damage. Now I need time to rectify all of that, all of those issues. I completed 1 full year in October. And this is going to Disney World. This is going to Dominican Republic. This is going on road trips. I'm just like Dante Ferrigno does. I'm bringing my air fryer with me. Crazy. It's like my little R2D2, like wherever I go, like fantastic. But I'm so focused. Thank God. Like I give all glory to God, right? I'm so focused, but with that being said, there's still fear. And I think it's a disciplined fear and it's a good fear. I always fear not veering off because I know that mine is an addiction. And I commend individuals like Dr. Kiltz where he can veer off a little bit. He might have like a little salad or like keto ice cream, whatever the case is. I can't do that. I can't, because just like a drug addict or a recovering alcoholic, I know when I put that into my system is like, we're back. And now we're going to come back stronger than ever because we don't want to be where we were just now. This microbiome action that happens, not a fan of the little bad guys there because they know how to revolt. So I don't want to get to that point. And I think it's a healthy fear that I look at certain foods, and Dr. Kiltz is going to love this. I look at vegetables now, straight up poison. Fruits, straight up poison. Nuts, poison. All these other things. I come home, I eat once a day. I'm not thinking about what should I have for breakfast? What should I have for lunch? No, I'm meal prepped. My New York strip upstairs, my ribeye. Hopefully prices get down. Damn Bill Gates. And and just all these things that happen, right? I don't have to think about it anymore. I'm devoting my time. And the best part, my wife has her husband back. My kids don't just have me there, but now I'm present in the moment. So that's my little story. I'm sticking with it.
Discernment.
Yes. So true.
Discernment. I was talking to my brother Ray. We talk a lot about discernment and the power of the mindset.
Mm.
And ultimately, this is why, but as we give thought to a thing, we create the thing.
Right.
And that's the power of God, which is the vibrational energy of everything. And we're part of that. And we're the creators of it at the same time, which is kind of radical. And it is such a magical state to be as a lion. And ultimately we're back to who and what we are. This is philosophical.
Right.
Very philosophical. And that's why it's important to be able to go online and connect with our Brooklyn Dodger fans. And because we're community.
Mm-hmm.
This is like getting up and going to the cathedral, where we want to hang out with our brothers and sisters to learn more about what's the good news of life.
Right.
Please put questions in the chat with a QQQ for Dan.
Well,
Dan, what is your favorite steak? You mentioned New York strip. Is that your favorite cut?
So this is wild, right? Like the New York strip is my go-to. Ribeyes, I always waffle between both of them, back and forth. But again, like I said before, ribeye prices right now are just ridiculous. But whenever there's a sale on, I buy in bulk. I don't go one by one. I go to the butchers. There's a place called Stu Leonard's here. It's cheaper by bulk. So I go with New York strips. I also go with the short ribs, the whole thing. So I'll make it as an asado outside, even if it's cold. It'll take me like 3-4 hours. Nice slow cook, and I'll munch on that. Like pork, though, that I don't know. There's something like when I eat it, like bacon, eggs, and I know Carrie is big on that in the Power Bowl, and I love it. But I feel a little drained, though. I don't know if it's my body going against the swine, but it's something where I don't know. I don't eat it all the time, just once in a while, just to get like a different taste in there. But favorite cut, New York strip, T-bones I like, but the filet, the mignon, that I don't know what it is. I'm a little nauseous to that. I don't know if it's because it's too lean and it's not.
I don't like it either. That's because it's too lean, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I saturate it with butter. I eat a bigger piece of butter than the actual filet. Weird.
Add the butter.
Yeah. Something else
On the
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say on the price, watch out for sales. Just before
Yes.
Thanksgiving, a supermarket down here in Florida had the rib roast for $10.99 a pound. So I only bought 71 pounds of it, have it in the freezer. I'll take them out, thaw them, cut them into ribeye steaks. And right now for $10.99 a pound, not a bad price, because otherwise you have to pay up to close to $20.
It is.
But hamburger is really good.
Yes.
And I always get it from a regenerative rancher,
Right.
one of the best. Know where it's coming from. Meat, salt, and water really is our sort of straightforward, easiest direction here. You don't have to add butter.
Right.
Not required, but I think certainly it adds some depth and variety and spice to life. I mean, that's all part of this. You can be an ultra, just eat fatty meat, salt and water. It's
Right.
your call. If you want to venture out to some other areas, that's your call. Some people can tolerate some plants, in my opinion, in small amounts better than others.
It's true.
But anyone, Dr. Nelson, that's had an anaphylactic reaction to personally you treated them as a doctor to ribeye steak?
Treated them? No. Fortunately, someone we met in Hack Your Health, she developed alpha gal, so anyways, but it's very rare.
Mm.
I mean,
It's
it's definitely more common to have peanut allergies, egg allergies, and things like that.
When was the last time you saw meat in the toilet, Dan?
Well, that was before.
Never.
Yeah, before
Never.
I went on the carnivore diet when I had the health scare.
Plants.
That's the last time.
Plants, never meat.
No, definitely not.
Never meat.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah,
I gotta be honest. Like you kind of alluded to it a little earlier. The mental clarity, that mindset. I was never a big reader ever. I hated reading. I hated it. But the amount of books that I have been ripping through. Number one, my favorite above all is the Bible. That's number one. I love reading that in the morning. And I mean, I've been reading. I'm up to my 8th book. Hey, what is that? What book
well,
is
this
that?
is the list of books in the back of our Kiltz's Keto Carnivore.
Oh,
So I always put a list of books that you do. Love to share them with you.
yes,
Because you're
absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Reading, the voracious reading. And again, whether you're holding in your hand or you're listening to a book, but certainly the Bible is the human's best, most prolific, mythologic, masterful story.
Oh, I mean, I believe every word that the word has. You know, I look at it as very factual and very life guiding, and that kind of propelled me to reading so many other books of the mind and like just to say a couple. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. Great book. This one really helped me out, and it really helps out when you're really not in charge. People can't drive you crazy if you don't give them the keys. This is one of those where whether if you're going up against a really crazy boss or someone even in the family, it's just taking a step back. And this kind of all intertwines together with this carnivore diet of really assessing certain situations in the moment and internally between the ears and helping and kind of self-motivating really helps a lot with us in having that bond with everyone together. So I'm really fortunate. I definitely want to look at the back of that and see what other books I can read.
Well, my favorite is like Neville Goddard's books and James Allen's books, and I mean all of these are ultimately biblical writings of humanity. You know, we're all putting together these great. And I was thinking about something this morning. What are the toys that McDonald's gives to kids in the Happy Meal?
Huh. Fairy tale toys, right?
Fairy tale. Okay. So and are they about heroism and overcoming and strength and power and magic?
Right.
Star Wars, for one.
Yeah.
Mythologic story written by Lucas.
Right.
Taken out of Joseph Campbell's work on the mythologic stories that we all create. And that's why the reading and even if we'll quote, we can't read, we can listen, we can watch, we can be inspired. But McDonald's, I mean, it's all about, we want to empower. So when you put the empowerment of the things that we're attracted to with the food, so if you're going to McDonald's, moms, right, it's the burger meat. If you're going. But next level is make it yourself, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I couldn't agree more with that. And again, this isn't to demonize, you know, if you have no other choice but to go to McDonald's or Wendy's, but I remember I went that route. And again, this is mass production. I don't know what's in those burgers. I have no idea. All I knew is that I got into a habit of going there every day, of eating 3, 4, 5 hamburger patties with bacon loaded with sugar, but that was my go-to. But now eating this way organically, I'm not even thinking. I get out of work and I go straight home, not thinking about anything else. Well, just about life, listening to podcasts, get home full of knowledge, sit down, give everyone their desired time. And then it's time to eat my steak or my own ground meat, just like, piggybacking off of what you said. That next level is making your own food. There's nothing better than making your own food and going back into our ancestral times. Little funny story talking about that. My refrigerator went, right? And thank goodness it's 23 degrees outside. I have all my food outside, everything. And I know it's not going to waste. All of my meats, everything. It feels very, very primal.
Yeah.
I like that life. It's very fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, ultimately, anyway, all this refrigeration is just like modern. Although we used to hunt down the ice and store it underground with in the caves with our product, with our food we were trying to keep chilled. But it's pretty amazing what we as humans have done. And remember, our biggest problem was lack of food.
Right.
So our drive is to provide food for everyone, right? I mean, the food trucks and the carts and things. And look at, again, it's you can be discerning in how and when you eat these things,
Right.
but you know how you feel when that bloat happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you're eating, lean meat is one of our biggest problems. I think for many carnivores, the lean meat is a big problem.
Yes.
You got to go for the fat. Rare to raw is better, and add the salt. And that's crazy. That's the best thing you could ever do, or not eat. How much fasting do you do, Dan?
So I go mostly probably 22 hours a day. 20 ranges from 20 to 22 hours a day. And I love it. But my next challenge is what you did, that 15-day. I think that's what we all need. We all need that kind of purification. And I think a lot of pharmaceutical companies, just medicinal, they know that that's part of the healing process. Fasting, your body, your gut, your soul, all of that. It needs time to cleanse itself. But again, we've adopted this as soon as you wake up, bacon, egg, and cheese, coffee, a bagel. So now your body right now is now digesting all this stuff. Now it's 10 o'clock. I got to go eat like a midday snack. Your body's like, whoa, hold on. I'm still working here. Then now 1 o'clock comes. It's lunchtime. Your stomach is like, whoa, give me a little bit. I'm still working on this bacon, egg, and cheese. You scarf down that. Now you're walking, whatnot. You pull a hamstring, whatever the case is. And your body's like, all right, I got to go fix this thing, but I'm still working on breakfast. Dinner time comes. Let's add, I don't know, a turkey dinner because we all need that. And now all of a sudden you go to bed and your body is beyond exhausted. And then people think, man, why am I so tired? There's no time to process because now it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon and your body just stopped digesting what you've been giving it all day. But again, we've been fed this lie of if you eat 6 little meals a day, you speed up your metabolism. And people are like, all right, you know what? Let's do it. I don't want this food going to waste. It's this constant lie. And the fasting, if we all kind of get on it together and say, let's do at least 16 hours, 18 hours a day of fasting, people will start feeling better. Like that's why, and this is just me, and I think we're in agreement, Dr. Kiltz, about, and everyone here on the panel, that vegetables there's something up with that, especially with the carbs. It spikes up your sugar levels at a certain point, especially for me. But if we can get away from all that and have a seasonal approach to it, like our ancestors did, I think they had it right. They had it right in the winter times. You can't grow strawberries in the wintertime. You can't. That was the moment of 3 to 4 months where you would fast a lot and you would cleanse yourself from all the fruits, the vegetables that you would harvest and you would eat through your springtime and your summer. That's why, like, if people are vegans or vegetarians, this and that, it helps them with the fasting process. Yes, I don't agree with certain things, but I think the common denominator is the fasting. The fasting is where we all need to get back to. And I get
What's
it.
the longest you have fasted?
72 hours, and that was years ago. That's what's mind-boggling to me. That was years ago. And I still am struggling with that. I want to go beyond it. And it's so mental. So
Struggles are strengthening.
You're right.
So the best thing that I do is I'm excited about my next meal on Friday night. This happens on Monday morning. I visualize my beautiful meal on Friday night. And ultimately it's a mind game. Everything's really mental. You know, it's like I love fasting. I typically do my one meal at night. I think that meal later is the best, but you know, we're in a world of not normal. This is not our evolutionary lifestyle anyway. You know, but imagine most of our day was on finding food.
Right.
You know, we were hunter gatherers. That was like prima facie, most important part, right?
Absolutely. Without a doubt. And it's funny you say that because there was like a raccoon or something back here. And back in the day, I know I shouldn't even say this, but I was scared. Like, oh my God, there's a raccoon. You know, I got to call animal control. But in the middle of this whole carnivore quest, it became primal. I bought a spear. I have a spear. I've never in my life ever thought that I would own a weapon. I have a freaking spear. And I'm like, if anything like that gets close to my kids, I'm there to protect. It's that protection that I'm kind of defining here. And where, God forbid, something, if my family's in danger, I'm there. I'm ready. I'm ready for the moment, as opposed to how I was before. Oh my goodness, I'm very apprehensive. I hope if I go to this park and this happens, I hope, you know, I don't have to be called upon. And I'm so at a ready stage right now, God forbid something happens, to protect. And I think that goes across the board. And I attribute it to this way of living, this lion diet. I mean, all these influencers are amazing. And that's one thing I wanted to say. I think it's important to inundate ourselves that want a better lifestyle of the lion diet to continuously listen to all these amazing podcasts. You know, Dr. Nelson, Dr. Kiltz, Dante Ferrigno, Carrie from Homestead How, Dr. Berry, just on and on, listening always, because even though for me it may feel that I'm out of the woods, I'm nowhere close to out of the woods, because I could easily be pulled back by a wolf, like right away, if I let my guard down. But it's constantly reinforcing this protection, this mindset of saying, all right, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I'm going forward. I'm continuing to learn. I like how this is going, but I know I could easily fall back, but I can't allow myself to do that. And that's why I listen to you guys every morning while I'm working out here.
Yeah, the mind. And that's why I think the conversations are important. And I am healthy. I am well. I am a lion. I am living that lion's lifestyle. And the carnivore lifestyle really is the regal symbol. Lions are a symbol of family and of strength and power. And that's what we're looking for that. And that's what all the stories. That's why the Bible exists. It's an inspirational story for our children's children. These are our ancient stories that first were purely oracle, and then eventually were symbolic, and then in paintings and hieroglyphics and things, and then became the written symbols. Which are pretty bad.
I have a question. And this is for the panel and for the chat. When you went onto this carnivore lifestyle, lion diet, did you start questioning everything else? Because for me, I started questioning everything what we have been taught. And I don't want to be like a conspiracy theorist or whatnot, but I really started questioning so much, everything, our history, our atmosphere, our galaxies, everything. I mean, these are the same entities that continue to tell us that fat is bad, lean meats are good, vegetables are great. These little power bars are the way to go to throw it back into your backpack. So when you go hiking and you're hungry, you eat some of that poison with raisins and chocolate chips. Did it spark an interest outside of the box to really start saying, what about this other stuff of what we
makes you think?
Yes, it definitely does.
Everything is only what you think it is. Everything is only a thought. This is our biggest struggle. Is there such thing as hard science? Is there a truth? It's only what you believe. It's what you think. And are plants poisonous? I mean, that a lot of people live a long time eating plants, don't they?
Right.
But it's kind of like smoking.
Yes.
Is smoking cigarettes good for us? It's not. How many people get lung cancer? About 10% of smokers get lung cancer. Now you get other things. So the challenge is to figure out why some people get sick and other people don't. And we know we're all going to die, and when and how we die, God only knows. Right. But I mean, for me, the mindset and also question everything. Question everything. That to me is the most important thing. And there is no such thing as hard science.
Right.
Mythologic. We've fallen into the trap. We believe it. And or it's sort of like, I always go back to like, which scientist and science is true?
Right.
And are humans different? Are humans different today than they were 100 years ago, 500 or 5,000 or 50,000 years ago?
Were we that different?
We're not. We're the same.
No, we're the same. Exactly right. Exactly. And that's the thing. That's where I start questioning everything. Like you said about smoking, right? And I don't smoke, but I started looking into nicotine, and all the benefits that it has, but it's been demonized all these years. But then I'm like, oh, whoa, nicotine is no good. But then I revert back. Well, fat was no good. But then we get this great terminology, moderation. I don't live by that. I can't live by moderation. I can't do moderation. I can't eat a little bit of
okay.
sugar.
Whoa. All right. I am a minimizer and a moderator. As I think, so shall it be.
Right.
I'm addicted. I can't do that. Those are our leading words.
Right.
Which leads to exactly what we believe and where we're at. That's the hard part.
Right.
It's the hard part. And and I think it's important because we're basically living in an amusement park. Right? It's just an amusement park every day. Right. But in fact, go ahead, doctor.
No, I was gonna say we have a few questions here. We can.
Yeah, let's do some of them. Let's see. What if all food makes me feel sick and gives me diarrhea and acid reflux is uncontrollable? Only water doesn't hurt me. What does she do? Melanie. I said ground beef.
Yeah, raw ground beef, but first fast. Heal the glycocalyx, the sugar layer, the mucopolysaccharide layer that actually is our protector of the epithelial cells. And that's one of the biggest things what we have to do. Fasting is one of the best things. And then slowly, I again, raw meat, no other animal cooks their food. And it is likely that we've went a long time without cooking food.
And I was just curious, Melanie, is this something that just happened, or is it something that has been triggering all these years? Because maybe it's the diet that has happened for, maybe over 5, 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
When did it trigger? Just curious.
Yeah, and remember, I mean, all of us can get intermittent problems like this. These are not unusual because the microbes, bacteria, yeast, and viruses are everywhere.
Mm.
And we're in a very crowded environment, not natural and normal to human evolution. We were, in small tribal bands for infinite time, and now here we are, right?
Next.
Mary Freed would like to know what is your favorite book? And
Who's that? Me? Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You.
Other than the Bible.
So I got to be honest. It's called Forget Me Not. So it's a guide for individuals that have that family that suffer with other family members that have Alzheimer's. Unfortunately, my mom suffers from that. My grandma did as well. So they say it's genetic, whatever the case is. I have my own thoughts on that. But with that being said, there's something called type 3 diabetes, right? And Alzheimer's has possibly something to do with that. And reading this and how to help my mom and how to convey certain messages when there's that disconnect going on has helped me and my family a lot. These are like little tactics, and fully understanding and placing yourself in the patient's shoes and saying, all right, there's a lot of noise for this person to capitulate what's going on one-on-one. Try to recreate great moments in the past in the present, so you could kind of have her engaging with you so she understands, all right, now we're going to go for a walk, now we're going to go into the bathroom, now we're going to go into the kitchen, and have their minds stimulated and never looking at them as a lost cause. They have Alzheimer's, that's it, it's a wrap. No, it's a learning experience for the family as well. How do we staff off this? Like, I don't want my family going through this with me. So I'm going to go this carnivore route and stay away from this type 3 diabetes. Try to. Maybe that's it. That's the link there. Because I'm just curious. This is a question for the physicians as well. Has there always been this high incidence rate of Alzheimer's, of diabetes? What about 100 years ago? 200? Was Alzheimer's a thing? Was diabetes a thing? Was cancer a thing at this rate? Or is it the food that we're ingesting slowly? Not because it doesn't happen overnight. Little by little, is it influencing our health and into these detrimental diseases? Just curious.
Yeah, certainly the rates of all those things that you mentioned are just going up exponentially.
Yeah.
There's got to be a correlation.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
Genetically, we're all predisposed to these certain diseases. So we would say that Alzheimer's is pretty common, right? But the environment is changing, right? We live in boxes, we eat out of boxes, and then they bury us in a box. None of those are normal, right? But Alzheimer's is just another plant protein, low-fat diet disease. And thinking alcohol is good for us. And we as doctors have been taught that a plant-based low animal fat diet is the best thing for humans, and 3 to 6 meals a day, which is all basically the cause. Is your mother on carnivore?
So yes, so we put her on carnivore, keto, a lot of things. What helped her a lot was, she was at a rehab because she broke her ankle and whatnot, and it was like a whole process. And then all of a sudden she stopped eating. They gave her a feeding tube, and they were, just pumping her with all this sugar bolus and all that. And the doctor's like, she doesn't have much left because this is the final stage here. And my brothers and I, we, obviously we put it in prayer, and we're like, you know what, let's take her home. Let's take her home and let's make our own food. And again, this is not medical advice or whatnot. This is what we did. So we brought her home, and we bought like, I forgot, like a KitchenAid, like high volume blender. And we cooked liver, steak, all this stuff. And we would put it in the blender. We would fine it. And we started making the bolus. We started pushing like this. 3 weeks, she started eating again. 5th week, out. The bag, out. Done. It healed up in less than 3 days. She's been with us since then, already 2 years. The doctor said,
Wow.
2 years. Again, this is not like an indictment against doctors. Look, I respect what you guys do. I respect you guys more because you guys are out of the box and start questioning that. That's what I respect the most. And when doctors say, hey, look, why don't you just take her home and try something else, maybe this, but I get in today's day and age, there's certain professions they can't say that, but we did it and it worked. We did our own thing, and that was the keto, that was the carnivore, and she's been on this. And instead of taking Memantine and all that, this has slowed down the progress a little bit. And we're trying to have those neuron synapses occur again, but with ketones. Very hard to do, but she's been level. And that is encouraging to us, that nutrition can do that.
Fat is the single thing that we've removed from our diet that is the deadliest thing to remove. And labeling fat and obesity a disease. It is not.
Right. Yeah, right.
You're someone's drunk and the poison is alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, many people have auto brewery syndrome, which means they automatically become drunk on the fermentation of the plants and proteins in the gut. And the microbes are not our friends. We co-evolved, but they want to kill us. They want to make us food and fertilizer. And all those things really contribute to every disease. And they're all the same. They're all plant protein, low-fat diets and 3 to 6 healthy meals a day.
Right. That's true.
Question
true.
everything. Question Kiltz.
Question everything. Doc's FET tube. Can you eat
Doc
eggs
safe
on
tube.
What is it?
Doc safe tube.
Oh, okay, got it. There you go.
Doc.
Who can you eat eggs on a carnivore diet?
I eat it. I eat eggs.
I haven't seen lions eating them, but I know polar bears do.
Right.
Polar bears are carnivores. They're not omnivores. They can. It's like we can. Doesn't mean it's good for us.
Well, they don't have much available.
Well, the polar bears will climb the cliffs to get the eggs.
Oh,
They
wow.
will.
Oh yeah, they're pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'm talking about the plants that they don't
Oh,
have.
Oh,
Well,
They would eat them maybe, but they don't really have much access to them.
but they're opportunistic also.
Yeah.
At the and we've changed their environment and we got garbage and trash everywhere and they too are looking for food, right? All these animals that are coming into our environments, we're surprised.
Right.
They have the same drive as we do. Food.
Next
All right.
question.
who is an early inspiration to you in your current lifestyle? ASA, what's that mean? I don't know what that means, but I think this question's for Dan.
For me, it was my brother Joe. Because he and I, there's 5 of us, right? 5 brothers in total, and me and him, we have always struggled with weight. Unfortunately, he went back, right? Because he started implementing a little fruit, this and that, and it's unfortunate, but he's trying to get back. But that to me is like a standard. Like, you know what? He did it. And me being the youngest, I would always look at my brothers. What are they doing? And I would always get linked with him. And when I saw him lose all this weight, and he was so focused, so into it, and he would say, "You have to find your why. You have to find your purpose of why you're doing this. Don't do it to make others happy. Do it for you." And once I figured that out, I said, all right, you know what? This goes at the top of the list. Why am I doing this? And he was my guy. I love him to death, and that's my guy. That was my inspiration.
But it is a high-fat diet that's the most important thing, and eating less frequently. That to me is like the game changer. If you eat a plant, cook the plants well, add fat, eat less frequently, and be happy. And I say that because it is truly an inclusiveness that we're here to promote. Definitely, if you're sick, if you're any problems, fast and fat and go strict carnivore.
Right.
Rare to raw, salt and water. That'll be the key, the trick here.
Very true.
Great. Brad Biscuit, why would you moderate consumption of anti-nutrients? Why moderate toxins? To what benefit if scarcity not a problem? I think she asked that when you were talking about nicotine.
Well, just there's anti-nutrients in almost every plant.
I guess there you go. There's no answer to that.
The cow's not going to let you kill them easily, right? And but nicotine is another pharmaceutical agent, industrial product that we're all looking for something to keep us energized and keep us going in the 9 to 5 box. And caffeine, coffee, tea, energy drinks. A lot of people drink those things.
Sorry.
I do some coffee. I was off it for 2.5 years. I do it some days. I don't do it every day. I don't line up for it. I don't I got to have it. It's cultural. We have a social cultural drive in all of this, right? And so maybe that's part of the nature we can minimize or moderate as we choose we can.
That's true.
And I just want to read this, Dan. I totally agree. My mom has advanced Alzheimer's, and my communication with her is so different than my sister's. I get better response from her, and she is even happier.
So yeah, Terry, you're on point. eye contact, facial expressions, that's that communication. That's the key. They if someone's saying, hey, mom, you got to eat this. No, I don't want it. No, you got to eat it. It's good for you. All they're hearing is yelling in noise. But if that's that facial feature, like I look at my mom, I'm like, hey, mom, we're going to go to a party. We're going to do this. We're going to have a blast. The only thing is we got to eat this little bit of steak or whatever. Okay, we're good. And there's that connection. I think that is the portal. That's it. That portal second that you got your mom back. That little second is like, I got you. Bam. She ate it. She understood me. And then obviously Alzheimer's comes back, but that happiness, they respond better with that human affection of joy. And they see your facial expressions as opposed to, oh man, there's a lot of people talking at the same time. And yeah, you're right. You nailed it. That's very true.
All right, we're gonna do. Yep, I'm clicking the button.
Listen and love. That's one of the most important parts, and touch and eye contact and caring. I mean, our parents raised us. They took care of us. They didn't shove us in a memory care home, right? Although school might be considered, the brainwashing the way it is. In essence, maybe we could blame them for our tragedies lives. But I think it is. My parents took care of them till the day they died at home, and went through many of these same challenges. And their diet was the challenge, right?
So Florida girl, FL girl, has won.
Congrats!
Nice, congratulations.
Health coaching certification course for our next cohort. What do they need to do?
That'll be February. They just need to email me name. That would be it. Email me, Alia at Dr.Kiltz.com with your real name, and I'll get you on the list. There was another last question here. Let's see. How do you handle friends' opinions regarding this way of eating? I'm one or in big change, but friends feel I'm radical. So I discuss this less unless asked.
I love this question because when I first started, it was an uphill climb. Like, how am I going to be socially accepted? We're going to go out to dinner and there's nothing going to be on the menu. Once you come to peace with the aforementioned why of your life, you're okay. And if they're your friends, they will continue being your friends. And live the example. Understand why you're doing what you're doing. Once you understand that the way how you have been eating and all these ailments have made you sick, they would not be questioning you. Let's say, God forbid, you had a big time disease and you had to go through certain treatments. They would not be like, why are you going through this treatment? They would be on your side. Like, if you need anything, you let me know. So treat it the same way. I haven't been called too many times right now to go out and hang out for beers or whatever. But if I do go to, let's say, a bar with friends, I'm having my seltzer. That's it. No alcohol. I stopped drinking alcohol. I'll give you
the secret, because yesterday I was in the same situation. Listen carefully, because this is profound. No, thank you. I mean, be polite. No, thank you. I was offered some things that I don't eat. It's someone that I doesn't know the way I'm eating right now, and someone passed in my family yesterday, so no, thank you. And you can go and participate. You have seltzer, and someone offers you something. No, thank you. And it might not be the time to try to explain your whole approach in eating at that point.
Can I say one more thing? I'm sorry. I apologize.
Go ahead, Dan.
When I go to restaurants, don't be afraid to be that person. When the waiter comes over, you could say, look, I'll have this piece of steak, but no seasoning. I'm allergic. When they come in and they hear the words allergies, they will make sure that they will cook you what you need. So yes, I'm allergic to certain things, sugars, vegetables, whatever the case is. Yeah, and it's true because that made me the way how I was. Once you let them know that you're allergic to certain things, you're going to get your steak with salt, or bring your own salt. Like I always put salt in my pocket, and it's the weirdest thing, like Salt Bay does, but I do it because I don't trust their salt. So it's okay to do certain things, even if it's very abstract.
I love to say, you're right. This is crazy.
I love that.
This is so radical. I was at a luncheon the other day, and the plate had some potatoes, some green beans, and some salmon. Added butter, ate the salmon, was happy.
Yep.
And again, we don't have to make a to-do about any of it, but I think when I always say, you're right, this is crazy, I don't know what I'm doing. And as you people, they're all your friends. I mean, I have friends that yell at me and hate me some days and don't. This is life, right? This is just part of the journey. And what we're doing here is being out there, even though it doesn't fit in with what we've been taught.
Very true.
Salt is the only spice I use, and butter is the only sauce.
Oh, ain't nothing better.
Yeah, enjoy every day. Enjoy every day. I'll be in London at the London Meetup on Monday. What's that about, Alia? Do we have a time?
You're getting picked up at the airport, and then you're gonna go straight to
For those listening from London and England who don't know about it already, the London Meetup.
I think George needs to
I
get
don't
more
think
data.
it's open to the public, though.
Oh,
It's not.
all right.
It's not.
Well, I'll be traveling. You see Kiltz.
Yeah, apparently you're going to be on the live stream Monday morning. Someone's picking you up, and our guests, you're going to do it with them, I think.
Oh,
like
cool.
At their house,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be good. Yeah, I land at 8 o'clock in London, and I leave at 8 o'clock from London.
12-hour stint.
Yeah.
By the way, we're over an hour.
Nice.
And we're all on the journey of fertilizer and food for other organisms.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a celebration. It's a life celebration. It's what we're here to do, and make the very best out of our lives. For sure. So
Nice.
Thank you, Dr. Nelson, Alia. Dan, you're the best.
Dan.
Text me, Dan.
I will. I appreciate all of you for having me on. So thank you so much.
Thank you for being with us
welcome.
this morning.
Thank you.
And have a great day today. Eat meat.
Eat meat. You're the master.
Eat meat.
And chicken's okay.
Bye, everybody.